Don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once.
Well, all of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well.
It's
one for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word?
Shouldn't you be putting... if you really...
Thank you.
Ah, the scent of
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, as did his men. Slaughter Orcivian. I've never seen such creatures since the Waluders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home? The mother crystal of an allied nation. It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men? And one can often be led astray. One must instead see the bigger picture. The Kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human.
I suppose we are.
Well,
Nothing is... It's true.
good. Is it business or pleasure? Come again. Oh, don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Black the waters. I want...
Wondering.
I'll try to...
Back, are ya? What do you want? And? What do you need? Not saying fortune, do you? And?
And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here.
Back, are ya? Not saying fortune, do you? Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. That it? Fine.
Ah,
No.
Lucky.
and with good reason. There shall be no...
All right, brilliant.
Finally.
It...
Thank you, Clive.
Hippocrates. I need to know what he...
Alas, not even the sort of conspicuous...
But I saw him.
I don't doubt, alas, it seems, to others, he reveals naught.
A bringer of...
Whether the Ultima you met with, but until I do...
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive?
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. What subject shall we consider today? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down, just spreading.
So, but I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hut, not least of all
You're right.
Well, she's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers. Trying to do it.
Very well.
Might need some help tidying up that workshop.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy. I've got to get this thermal...
And this is for...
Only the fastest... Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle wind, and those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, which is... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in camp, but the stack's a bit more involved, so... Thing is, it's so involved that I'll come and see my dad. Good old Clive. First things first, the sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides.
A full suit of... Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
heard what you told Nan about Kupka. Hopefully all our old friends can rest easy now.
Blackthorn.
Hell with it.
It's for me.
This is my last chance to say I'm other. Go on then.
She said you would...
Krieger. Well, I don't know what the hell, and I'll need help. Get Gavinotto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, and she still. If that's what it...
And,
Take a look at it. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. That means an alloy. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only... As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Well, one of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
and the other can go and get the...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's... You going up? Which one of these two luckies?
Otto.
All right, then. Where do we find this stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Veldt.
And I'll head down there. Zip.
All right.
You two take care, eh?
Just don't let the bastard flee.
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Good day to you, Sid.
The crystals we get from the table.
We are to dig a new cellar.
Ah.
Go on.
There are whisperings of rustlings, and it may be. Given what I hope...
Of course.
Excellent. You might...
Hello, Sid.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Word is, the Black Shield stood a hiding in the hands of...
Excuse me.
Nah, not me. I'm here most, don't worry.
All right. Do you have a moment? Let's talk.
No.
Where was...
In Lawbert was out, ran back in.
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there?
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
It's over.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on... Swing?
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the table.
Clive.
I found some
Black sheep. Though they and damn and I'm who because who before
and why
I and so I was a meat and I so I shot them with and I can see how we what queen hot. My friends and comrades.
I'm not going to change his mind.
And what can I do for you? I'll be here if you need me.
Take a sniff, good sir. Just
Go on, just...
What's the matter?
Oh, I'd go and look for him myself. Loath though I am.
I'll see what I can...
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right.
Run of the wind. Be safe.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me.
He's certainly not a baker. Time was the sight of the fang used...
I take it.
I hated her. But I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I know she was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. But now she's gone. What am I supposed to...
Try to remember the good.
Even in the back... What a fool I've been. I have to get...
Wait. Suppose he won't be needing an escort then.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames.
Master, it's...
I dare say it is.
Just look at steeple peaks. Her fault. True. My loaves collapse more often than not. And look, inside. Master, I have
Well, not... I don't know, you...
Fresh from the grill. Get it while it's hot.
Now, do something.
Oh.
It would make us...
The finest fabrics. Fresh from the...
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, I had a quick scat. Seems Blackthorn's the only... It's just lying here, waiting for any up.
But unlike it.
Well spotted.
So this is stardust. It just looked like sand to me. should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you. The way. When we first met, I had you down as a spoiled little 5 years on. So thanks for proving.
You weren't wrong, but I changed. Thanks to Sid. And if you hadn't, I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. All I did was choose her. You took a rabble of her, just like the old. All this scrabbling.
I'll see you back at the hideaway.
Oh, but I'll make sure Black...
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the start.
Nice to get out and about for once. Do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better...
Give us a shot.
Is it business or pleasure? Finished, are you?
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's stuff.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So,
The helm, of course. For the...
salvage from the ruins. What?
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular... What's the name back there, Ulgi Walties?
What's her name?
Oh, Sid.
Here you see the excess heat. Now, were we to... In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand... And not only... Why?
You can stop that. Mid said we might be able to... Where would I find...
Ah, yes. The thing is, it's no longer a matter of just walking in and...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
If you're ready, leave at once.
It's over.
Oh, the...
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Yeah!
too slow.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have...
Indeed.
All right.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Well, no surprises there.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I think Mid might need some help turning up.
Catch your death sleeping out here.
I know.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just...
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out, which is why a prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it. I need something light.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know who's counts...
Tomes? I've got all the detail. Can you take this?
Right away. Hippocrates. Do you have them?
For you?
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding?
She has some specific requirements, yet remain cool enough, as you can imagine. She's struggling to find anything that...
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution.
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine. at Tim, and yet we have made a home here.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other. I shall speak to them. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredient, the knowledge of the past may yet prove...
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand?
We do. I'll be heading to market.
The other can assist me in...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well...
Thank you.
I am sure either of the... So, Clive, who will accompany...
Very well. So then...
I have taken the...
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little...
Though these items may seem so much so, in fact, now, of course, they can be...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you...
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find...
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin. Fresh cuts! Come and get them!
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I hope it's to your liking.
Oi, don't touch anything. Go on, take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Oi, don't touch anything.
There's two.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now, all that remains is for Hippocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly. Thought you might like to share one.
I would.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker. What do you think?
I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham, and it was just... Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like... Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Clive? What's saying for you, dear? That it? Fine.
Oh, I'm never drinking again.
How's work?
Well, I was just explaining to Talia, and now that we have all the...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions.
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. better go and give Mid the good news then.
We're seeing troops amassing at every corner.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but you'll be pleased to know that...
You found something...
In a manner of speaking, he's supervising the construction and testing of the...
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, let's start with to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
So, whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to... Right, I'm off.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance, just but now she's so close to being finished. I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right, as soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, sod our plans. I'm trusting...
Are you sure?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need...
All right.
Aye, Cap...
Mid told me she was... building a ship.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it.
I think Mid might need some help.
Well. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this lovely bit of kit, yes. Problem is, which is what?
I imagine.
Proper.
So what exactly?
Nothing but gave you a sample. You pour the blackest. So, and do you know what I found now? His own.
I take it that's...
I would have gone myself, but...
All right.
Thank you.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
He cracked the crystal too.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgo? Hopefully it's nothing. I got your note. You think something's wrong with...
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong. He used to love cracking the bones. Didn't like him. You've not been working.
No harder than you... Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the law...
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's...
I suppose things have... Perhaps Hippocrates knows.
Instead of every...
Lawsman, I need to ask you...
He isn't it?
I don't think so. She says he's hardly been touching...
I rather think she might all canids. are instinctively inclined to crack, and I see no reason why a Frostwolf should be any different. If we assume that his newfound... It may well be that the bones let Frostwolves, after all, a bit as to where one might find a suit.
I don't recall it.
And little wonder. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing...
Even so.
Good hunting.
Blackthorn.
Oh, really?
This won't take. I just wanted to... and you might still perhaps sharing a thought.
That bastard still. You got a keen eye, I'll give. He's just... well... Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon.
So that's what's...
Nah. No. Not troubling.
And if you knew how we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades. I'll see what I can... Sharper swords are all... And we can't have our master blacksmith being...
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
What do you want?
I want to know about...
Running around.
I suppose I...
Little one. There's not many like that make it as far as... Which made it nice and easy, fine.
Can you tell me who...
You think I tell people who my clients? Suppose you're not likely to go, Nick. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man and he's got more money. Reckon he'll still be...
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate...
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm...
Shh. Otto. A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It's... Sadly, I can straighten it out. I swear I'm gonna need help.
Bit late for that, I'd say. So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come, the man in charge of the plate. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3
each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild.
Do we have that much?
No, we don't. After the king's ransom, besides.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder... Is there anything I can do?
There might. How do you fancy taking these?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. A little something, Sidney, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure they...
Should be, you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe and all that.
I know.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies? Because I'd rather lady...
Don't worry.
Really? Do you think so?
No. is certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough? I say that answer, which means we owe the lawsman. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved it.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what...
A star, Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? But probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away...
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone. What are we gonna do? My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ig.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be...
Please. His lordship is going...
Redeem!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've...
That? No, he's been dispossessed of his...
I don't suppose a certain blade, a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord...
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be of...
I don't suppose you saw with it.
I did not. Every ill...
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to...
That will be very...
Farewell.
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be it. Nothing's... All right.
I hear I have you. What shall I...
Wyvern.
A formidable... Well,
Wyvern? Redeem here tells me...
A few moments.
You're a master. Oh, Karen drove me hard on the price, but it was made and is used, they believe. No combat should... Each sword is...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. But it is the final... A mineral. Quite... And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to serve. Take this. Together, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rare and afar.
Thank you.
Pardon the... I am locked in bitter competition. I am one step...
And there are many other collectors.
Too many to count. But only one do I consider mine, and is a perennial...
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. Redeem!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
There's talk that the glass...
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Milady.
Gift?
Otto asked me to settle the hideaway's debt with the... and to...
I thought you might finally tell Otto he can keep his bauble. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hide my contribution to the restoration effort.
You once told me... I'd like to do the same. Please. And for Otto's. For all of us. For...
Otto is lucky to have you, Clark. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you...
Otto had a son.
Long ago, and blamed himself for not being able... I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met an ill habit.
Goat will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Ready, go?
No need to ride from here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. The wine needs more than this. Think of it. Himself.
I know. So, that'll teach me for... Oh! All right, now we know what you're at.
Speaking of which,
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for...
I was just on my way to see...
Ah,
we were indeed, Lord.
Very good.
Lady Car...
Ah, you about the family. That Torgal may be the best. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, in short, the icons hither, and that number has only one can but speculate as to how...
He has seen...
And if I am not mistaken, he will...
Oh. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully...
You learned something about...
I did better than that. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so.
I think so, yeah. But there'd be no I reckon we get a Dutch swords that the curse breakers would. Nah. No point trying to copy that thing. But finishing our blades with a wet, and what's finer than fallen? Just imagine it. Good valor. I won't make a copy.
I'm sure that just...
I'll be working... Hey.
You'll be happy.
And I'll see you coming for...
Right?
Clive. What do you want? No scratches, all right? And?
Mick told me she was building a ship.
So Lady Car...
Oh, she was just... Oh.
Lady Carrot, go. Would you...
Mom, but...
Of course. Surely.
Oh, a canny one, meanwhile, might be I already have a bite, Mark, you won't?
Not at all.
I hear you and... Thanks to this, I sometimes wonder what...
Oh.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid...
I knew so little about him. Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories.
But...
How long did you know?
Before he died, back in the day, I was he bought passage to Yeah, I forget we set up drinking Ireland, quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close. Promise it. That was the magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your
My family were the ones who wanted the months. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when him who cried for him. And he was true to his word, too. Threw away everything he had. I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. I love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the...
I have it.
That's the stuff. You're a jet right then. There we have the Telemon Alembic.
Very impressed. There's...
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What kind?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our... Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Ah, I reckon if you...
Well...
That's the spirit. Well...
It's certainly...
Right.
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and until...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Here you are. All done?
All right, Clive, we'd finished sending up.
No, excuse, not quite.
She said that?
She.
Clive, were you born yet? She'll probably be halfway to Canva, but...
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Obeleth.
Yep. You in a hurry. But anyway, got a urgent by the sound of it. Don't mention.
What tidings of... Trouble in camp, well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen. What a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklab markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself. And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think? Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. I take it there's danger.
Oh, what about this fear?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I...
How does a merchant...
Oh, the man's a coward.
He sent the two of us.
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen Ash.
You, however, chances are they'll come...
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway...
You've clearly got a fine.
We're lucky now. Hoping to make... Reckon he won't be...
All right.
No. You just put an end to those bandits.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. Well, we've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be enough.
Seems we've found ourselves the right
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of it?
You leave that to me.
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be. What if we want...
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrec.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrec, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. I can walk from here.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
And nasty. Let me.
What are you looking for? Farewell.
Out of my sight, wretch.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.